Hey, it's me, Hannah. In a few weeks, I'm getting together with a couple friends to do a little history bounding, like creative project at the beach. Keep an eye out, I'll have some more on that down the line. But as a little treat, we decided we wanted to take on one more project while we were near the deep blue sea, in which we will be portraying pirates, specifically with a white/cream/light colored aesthetic. I picked up this pattern from Simplicity, specifically the S9086, and this pirate This pattern sort of gives a feminine twist to a more traditionally masculine, structured pirate jacket look. I actually think this is meant to be more of a steampunk jacket, but with the right fabric and the right notions, I think this will be a great addition to the light colored pirate look. So this pattern comes with two options, one of which seems like it would be easier, and one that seems a little bit more piratey. So I'm gonna use this off-white brocade. Brocade? I don't know if I've ever said that out loud before. Brocade. And this cream colored lining. And now for my least favorite part. Let's cut out the pattern. Okay, that was a lot of cutting. I am very sweaty. It's over now, except that it's not over. I realized that there are a couple pieces that I was meant to cut out 4 rather than 2, the little waistband pieces specifically, a couple detail pieces. So I'm gonna take a break from cutting and I'll circle back to those when I need them. I've also ironed on all of the interfacing, so we should be ready to start sewing. I am going to forego the zipper that is meant to go at the front. I just already know that I'm gonna want to wear the jacket open, so I'm not that worried about having a piece to close it all the way. And I don't think that a zipper is the right look for what I'm going for. I want it to be, just lean a little bit more historically accurate, and the pirates I'm thinking of in my head probably didn't have access to zippers. I could be wrong, but if I do decide to come back and do a sort of closure of any sort, I think I would want to go with buttons anyway, so I'm foregoing the zipper. Now I don't have to think about a zipper. So now I'm pretty much just going to follow the instructions. So I think I will go ahead and stay stitch. I'm not gonna be lazy about this. I am gonna go ahead and stay stitch the neck and side edges of the bodice pieces, just so that they can stay in place when I come back to do some sewing. And yeah, I think we're basically just on to construction now. So let's get to work. after a big day of construction, I have a bodice. Obviously still need the lining, but we're almost ready for that because I've already finished the sleeves. I don't know if this is the right arm, but already I'm so happy with how this is looking so far. So I did run out of this brocade fabric, but I went ahead and just used some of my lining fabric for those extra details that I mentioned where I had forgotten that I needed to cut 4 pieces instead of 2. So far, so good. I'm just gonna tuck that over anyway on the sleeves, and the other like detail pieces, I can pretty much do the same. So I don't think I'm gonna need to go out and get more of the brocade, which is great because it was expensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and close down for tonight. But tomorrow we can pick back up by attaching the sleeves, getting the jacket lined, and then adding all of the other details like the epaulettes and the little pocket flaps, as well as the kind of skirt-esque extension of the jacket. I'm tired and sweaty, but I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. I'll see you tomorrow. Are you kidding? Out of nowhere, my iron decided it wanted to like melt some of this material. Good thing I'm doing like a proper like pirate look and a little weathering isn't a problem, but like it was totally fine before. Oh, I'm so frustrated. Not bad. I'm feeling pretty good about my progress so far. Obviously still need to add a lining to the top. I guess the more skirt portion of this is already lined. It's maybe a little big, but you know, the character I'm building in my head, she's a pirate. She probably commandeered this jacket from some naval officer anyway, so I'm okay with it being a touch on the bigger side, especially since the last jacket I made was a touch on the tighter side. It ended up working out, but still. Plus there's definitely still opportunity with the loops on the back to kind of cinch this up a little too, so I think that that's going to make a pretty big difference once I get that put together. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, so far so good.
The next day.
So I am now at an interesting point in this build, this sewing project, where I think I am choosing to insert a shoulder pad. The jacket, as we've seen, is a touch big. So I do think that filling in a little bit of space might be beneficial. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never shied away from shoulder pads. Those never went out of style for me. So I ran out to my local craft store, picked up some pre-made shoulder pads. There are definitely tutorials online. I could have made my own, but this project, I've already put plenty of hours into this. Insert shoulder pad and adjust to fit until it looks right and feels comfortable. On the inside, catch stitch the pad to the shoulder seam. Catch stitch. I have an idea of what that means, but I'm probably gonna have to look it up. But essentially I will have to, I think, hand stitch this, presumably hand stitch this to the shoulder seam once I've figured out the correct placement, and then we can attach the lining and wrap up the rest of the coat. So it took me a moment to figure out the sleeve, so I'm going to show you how I did it in case you too want to make a pirate jacket, obviously. So I just added the lining and I'm pulling both of the sleeves, which are turned wrong side out, inside out. So what I'm doing is taking the sleeve lining and I've got the seam of the sleeve lining and then I have the seam of the sleeve, and I'm basically just going to make the right sides of these seam lines kiss and pin that in place. And this kind of sets you up to continue doing that all around the edge of the sleeve. So this took me a little bit of extra calculation, a little extra brain power, but really the key is that at the edges of the sleeves, the right sides of the lining and the sleeve should be kissing. Let me show it to you close up. So we have the sleeve, and we have the seam of the sleeve right there. You take the seam of the lining, the right side of that seam line, and you pin that to the right side of the sleeves. And then this essentially just kind of like folds it into itself. So if we open up the sleeve a little bit, you just kind of continue to take this folded piece and pin it into the sleeve. And you just do that all around.
Are you helping? Thank you.
I am very proud of this. Right off the bat, I'm very happy with like the fit of the jacket. I've got full range of motion. I could be in a pirate movie. I'm also really proud of just like the finishing detail, and I think everything looks really nice on the inside, which is not always the case. I very much just threw a look together, like piratey, cream, pastel, light colored vibes. So if you have any ideas on how I can further piratize or pursue this kind of twist on a pirate look, drop a comment, let me know, shoot me a message. I would be so grateful. I feel like I've been putting a lot of emphasis on the jacket, obviously put a lot of energy into it, but it comes down to the details. So I'm happy with this amazing belt I was able to thrift with all these like loops on it. I've got a kind of piratey looking sword, so I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, any additional details that you can think of that might take me from good to better or best, drop a comment. I would be so grateful. I also love the femininity of this jacket. This fabric with the like floral detail is just perfect. I just genuinely don't know if there's a way that I could be happier with the outcome of this project. And I already know we're gonna have such a blast when we go to take photos in a couple weeks. So like and subscribe if you want to see the final look in a more finalized capacity. And obviously I had so much fun making it. If you had as much fun as I did, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe. And if you do, I will see you in 2 weeks for my next video. Take care.